dear colleagues. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to the OSCE chairperson in office, Minister Osmani, and his team for the hard work carried out during this year in leading our organization throughout a very difficult period of its work. The 30th meeting of the Ministerial Council is taking place against a backdrop of ongoing international tension and instability, as well as uncertainty on key matters on the OSCE agenda. The crisis of confidence in the organization remains on the agenda. We believe that the main reason for this is that the OSCE is losing its mission as a platform for open and equal dialogue. The year of 2025 will mark the 50th anniversary of the adoption of the Helsinki Final Act, which laid the foundation for the OSCE. Unfortunately, the fundamental contradictions on European security issues that existed half a century ago, dividing the world into two camps, have not been left in the past. This is evidenced by the tragic events taking place today in Ukraine. Their consequences affect not only European security, but also Eurasian and global security and stability. Kyrgyzstan advocates resolving conflicts exclusively through peaceful negotiations, in compliance with the basic principles of international law, including such as sovereign equality, territorial integrity, and non-interference in the internal affairs of the state. As noted in the declaration of the 1992 OSCE Helsinki Summit, the OSCE is crucial to forestall aggression and violence by addressing the root causes of problems. Our organization has the necessary tools and mechanisms to prevent conflicts and overcome crises. All what we need is the political will of all interested parties for these mechanisms to work effectively and produce results. Dear colleagues, we are convinced that the current challenges and risks in the OSCE should, on the contrary, unite us all and help us find ways out of the situation. We stand for the development of multilateral diplomacy and constructive dialogue. In this context, we welcome the consensus on the 2024 OSCE chairmanship recently achieved in Vienna. We are confident that tomorrow the Ministerial Council will adopt the decision on the chairmanship of Malta. And we hope that the consensus also will be achieved on the extension of mandates of the heads of all institutions of the organization. And we are in favor of approving the united budget, as this causes enormous damage to the authority of our organization and negatively affects the activities of field presences. Dear colleagues, global climate change is becoming an increasingly serious threat to humanity every year. In this sense, the high-level climate conference held for the first time upon the initiative of the OSCE Secretary General Madame Helga Maria Schmidt last July in Vienna is very relevant. In order to preserve mountain ecosystems and glaciers, at the initiative of Kyrgyzstan, the year 2022 was proclaimed by the UN General Assembly as the International Year of Sustainable Mountain Development. As a practical contribution to the implementation of this resolution, at the initiative of Kyrgyzstan and with the support of the Mountain Partnership, FAO, UN agencies and the OSCE, a global action framework for sustainable mountain development for the period 2023-2027 was developed. Speaking at the One Planet Polar Summit in Paris on November 10 this year, President of Kyrgyzstan proposed joining efforts to find ways to preserve glaciers and cooperate in protecting the water resources generating zones. These days, the 28th conference of the parties to the Framework Convention on Climate Change is taking place in Dubai, where the President of our country is among the attendees and will be calling on the world community to join efforts in the fight against the consequences of climate change. Dear colleagues, currently we witness profound changes taking place in the global architecture of international relations and security. The ongoing global processes have a direct impact on stability and security in the Central Asian region. Central Asia is an integral part of the OSCE area and has an important geographical location due to its location between major world markets. The constructive political dialogue built by the leaders of the region creates the necessary conditions for the development of trade, economic, cultural and humanitarian ties between our countries. Enhancing cooperation with the countries of Central Asia, creating a friendly environment and strengthening good relations with them remain the key priorities of Kyrgyzstan's foreign policy. Speaking of security and stability in Central Asia, it is essential to consider them in the context of the situation in Afghanistan, since the ongoing processes in and around Afghanistan continue to have a direct effect on the regional security system. Dear Madam Chairperson, we are ready to contribute to strengthening our relationship, restoring trust and dialogue, and we call on all participating states to take a constructive approach in the interest of all our countries in resolving these important issues in the activities of our organization. I thank you.